Hello again, it's me. So to say that I'm a bit obsessed by this blowing bubbles and getting bubble patterns on paper is a bit of a misalignment. I'm very obsessed with it at the moment. I'm determined to make it work. So I've got a much wider bowl and I am going to use today some Crayola poster paint. This is just a child's one that I've pinched it from the brownies actually. And I realised that maybe I actually didn't have enough bubble mix in the other ones. So this is a new bubble. I'm going to put even more bubble mix in today. If I can get it open. And the poster paint is a lot thicker anyway than the ink and the other paint I was using. Back in a mo. Considering these are bubbles for children, I don't know how children are meant to open these. I've got sharp nails as well. Anyway, so I've got some bubble mix. I'm going to put a lot more in because I want to make loads of bubbles. And my theory is this time, because the bowl is wider, the bubbles can build up more, and without having to tip them out or pick them up, I can put the paper on top. That's the theory. Luckily, bubble mix is not too expensive and neither is this poster paint stuff. And I chose orange because it's quite bright. And hopefully it will be quite opaque as well, so we should get some quite good bubbles. Right, so let's do some paint. On the bottom there, but should be okay, I think. I wonder if I should put a bit more in. I've got my apron on again today. I did have a white and blue shirt on yesterday and I've ended up with pink spots on it, but this is what you do when you experiment. I'm going to put just a bit more paint in. There we go. I've had lots of nice comments about the noise the bubble blowing makes. And people want it as a soundtrack. Anyway, here we go. Here we go. I've got some mixed media paper here. I have a feeling that this orange is not going to be dark enough. Oh! Dropped it in. Oh no. I got so excited. So yeah, I think this orange might not be dark enough. Not dark enough. What colour do you get if you mix orange and blue? I've still got this blue from the other day. I don't want to waste this though. I think you get brown, don't you? Let me see if I've got a red ink. Back in a mo. Okay, back again. I have put the orange liquid into a jar because I'm sure I will find a use for that. And this is the blue from the other day. So I'm just going to put more bubbles in this. it will dilute the ink a little bit, but I won't be mad about that, because the other day, I don't know if you saw my previous video with the blue, I did Zentangle over it, and the blue was actually a bit dark to Zentangle over, although I had chosen blue pens, so it won't matter too much if this is diluted a bit, because this is a nice bright colour and I know that for a fact. So, there might be a little bit of orange still in the straw, but let's see what this is going to do. Are you ready? Better. Nice delicate result. Okay. When those pop, they'll leave some ink at the bottom as well. I'm going to use a Zentangle Apprentice tile because this is a slightly different paper as well. Obviously I don't want to go too far down. Oh, yummy! Check that out. So, the changes I've made are more bubbles and a wider bowl. Very nice. Not quite the same result as I saw on the video the other day, but I am liking these because these will be lovely to draw and doodle over. Check out my blue nails. Right, I am going to do a few more of these because I can use these in a class with people. And you can see I'm actually going in for more bubbles in some places. Nice. Oh, I'm so happy. I know I'm not showing you each individual one, but I'll show you them all at the end. Yeah, it does work better when the bubbles are bigger, I think. Okay, do some more bubbles. Give it a bit of mix again. I'm going to leave that big pile of bubbles on there and see what that ends up looking like. You might be hearing some voices in the background, in the distant background. I think there's something going on in the town where I live. I'm not sure what though. Here's one of the orange ones. There is a very faint marking, but not very much. So I'm going to go over it with the blue, which will give you quite a nice effect. Give you a bit of a layered effect, I think. And I think if the orange had more paint in it, it would have worked just as well. That's going to look quite nice as well with the orange underneath. A little bit like when you do marbling, that one. Yeah, I'm just going to dip the corners. Oh, I like that one. What's happening on this one where the bubbles have gone so pale? You can literally, they're holding each other up, look. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. You can literally see through the bubbles. As they burst. The apprentice tiles are holding the ink and the water better than the mixed media paper. It is a heavier cardstock, so that's probably why. I think this is something that we can definitely do with the brownies outside. Obviously in a very controlled environment. And they will love it. I'm clearly going to have quite a few blue tiles going on. Right, I'm going to make this my last one, I think. I'm going to see, because you see there's lots of little bubbles. I'm going to see what happens when you get all the little bubbles. Oh, not as good. Not nearly as good. I have to blow again, I'm sorry. Not sorry. Go. Right, I'm going to let them dry and then I will come back and show you close-ups of them all in a moment. So these are the results of using more bubbles and the wider basin. So let me just move them to one side. Some of them, interestingly, have still got bubbles on them, even though I did them about 5-10 minutes ago. So this one was on mixed media paper, and there's still, like in this corner here, I'm not quite sure if the camera will pick it up, there's still a few little bubbles holding on. This was the one that I did with orange first, but where the bubbles, the little bubbles are, you can see that it's got deeper lines, and then the bigger bubbles have got paler lines, which makes sense because there would be more ink in the smaller bubbles. So that was a mixed media one. I'll do all the mixed media first. The pieces of paper were all different sizes. Okay, check that out. Quite happy with that. So obviously you can use these in mixed media paper pieces. And the ink that I used was a Diamine ink, which is water-based, so you would need to be careful and mindful of that. This was one that I did with the orange first, and it does give that kind of marbling look. Very nice. I think this is the last mixed media one. And then the rest are on the Zentangle Apprentice tiles. You can see on this one in particular where the ink has come all the way through, because look, there was a big blob of bubbles there. It is dry, but look at this one here, look. Boop, 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 boop. Almost a perfect little flower. So you can get really creative with these. And each and every one slightly different. I like this one with the darker around the edges and paler in the middle. And like you start to see things. So there's the middle of a flower, there's a flower, there are the petals, all sorts of things. I'm not quite sure how clear these will come up on the video, but I will take photographs as well. Look at this detail here. You really couldn't get that unless you were very, very careful. I kind of see an alien here. There's the head, there's the eye, and there's the body all crumpled up. It's like those Rorschach pictures. I think that's how you say it. Look at this one. Oh, sorry. I think this was one where I dipped it in a few times, because we've got a definite bit there that's looking marbled, and then some bubbles, and then some bigger bits where there was a blob of bubbles on the top, and then where I dipped it in at the edges. Brilliant. Interesting to turn them around and see what different effects you get. So, there is my final results, and I'm happy now. I can stop experimenting with this one and start getting creative, although I do think I've got enough tiles here to be getting on with for a while. And I've got blue fingers, but that's what you pay for your art. And interestingly, using that bigger bowl, the amount of mess from broken bubbles is not quite as much, so the desk doesn't look as bad as it did the other day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you do have a play with this, feel free to tag me on Instagram at Sumat Art. I'll put the link below. Thanks very much, everybody. Cheerio.